Final day for the sprinters. One more stage to go to Jabal Hafid after this day. Intermediate sprints up for grabs. Would it be a breakaway? Indeed, would Tadej Pogačar start to play his hand as well? A massive roster of sprinters aiming to duke it out for the ultimate prize for the fast boys, the green jersey. Sitting on the shoulders of Jonathan Milan, and a quick look at today's course, telling you everything you need to know. Surely, no more shenanigans after Pogačar's erstwhile bid for a breakaway place yesterday. 167 kilometres in total. Destination the Abu Dhabi Breakwater. Largely in town and urban environment, a lot of protection from any wind that might blow up. 2 intermediate sprints, but quite a long reach to get to the first of those. At the neutralised start, Tadej Pogačar, who'd really kicked over a hornet's nest as far as the break was concerned, and the fast men the day prior. 2 crashes as well late on, possibly down to the fatigue that was instilled. But on this day, 4 up the road, including Tarozzi, who would bid for that black jersey on the shoulders of Duric from Vini Fantini. Well, he got teammates around him, and when it came to that first intermediate sprint, 95 kilometres to go, and Duric showing his power. He's a big man, biggest of the break, and he stood tall at the end. Also slotting in was Carlos Samudio, his teammate, and that meant a 10-point margin at the top of the black jersey competition. Everybody else dealing, as the road went out of town, with gentle crosswinds, I think it's fair to say. The trusses of hair pulled out by Tadej Pogačar just being generated, some movement by the wind he was making for himself. Well, the breaker was in danger of being caught with just over 65 k's remaining. And indeed, the peloton decided that they were going to let them have a bit more of their head on that second intermediate sprint. Bit of insurance policy, I think, for the sprinters teams. They wanting the big grand finale, and we're all set for precisely that. One more intermediate sprint to be dealt with, and guess what? The big man in black had his fun again. Samudio marking out the move by his teammate, just making sure it was even fewer points that would be on offer for Tarozzi. And so that black jersey almost now guaranteed to be on the shoulders of Duric with 8 more points to his name. In fact, mathematically he can be beaten, but would have to not score any points tomorrow, and Tarozzi take both of the intermediate sprints before Jabal Hafid. Colour order time for everybody behind our breakaway that still kicked on with around 5 kilometres to go. In fact, last man standing for them would be Tarozzi with Samudio in their company, but once absorbed, it was all about our finale. And what a grandstand finish it turned out to be. Power is something that quite often is absent at the end of a very long run, and that's what we had today. But the European champion was going around the outside as we looked up, heads up here, and in fact he found some clear road and just delivered one of the most emphatic sprint victories that we have seen all season and possibly might see all year. He just kept powering away. Tim Merlier said, "This one's mine." Milan beaten into third place, I should say. What a sensational performance that turned out to be. Well, the great names came to the fore, as expected, living up to their billing, but goodness me, where do you find that kind of power after a difficult race, which this most certainly has been? As we stacked up at the end, that was a win by a margin that really was almost an embarrassment to everybody else who badges themselves up as a quick man. Yes, of course, Merlier taking it. Jasper Philipsen it was that managed second place ahead of Jonathan Milan. That trident of great names here. Head and shoulders, you might say, but one man just could not help himself. He had the cake, he ate it, and had more to spare. Tomorrow will be very different. We're going, of course, up to Jabal Hafid. Tadej Pogačar seems to be the champion in waiting. We shall wait and see if that is going to be the case.